brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from Ford Field. Cavante Turpin on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Right to the air is Prescott. Off he goes.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run with Dowdle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The Lions call their first timeout.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
First down, Prescott. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be brought down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
To throw is Dak. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Dallas. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems, Mike, the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive in an early 6 points.
That's going to be caught. So the aggressiveness pays off right away, and just like that, the lead is 8-0. Reynolds now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Try again, it's 2nd and 10. At the 23-yard line. Goff in the pistol. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Let's go. Lions. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Goff with the give to Montgomery. Not much there, maybe a yard. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 1 yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with a sack.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He'll look underneath here for Montgomery. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they...
Now a loose football. The Cowboys have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And these guys are going to be set up with a short field as they look to draw closer and perhaps draw even in this one.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And, Mike, as the rest of this game unfolds and they have success with their play-action passing game, expect the balance of their run game to continue to pick up as well. When you can make a defense defend the same look, run and pass, that is a handful, and it tends to lead to these big, explosive chunk plays.
And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot.
Powering forward, he's in. David Montgomery, touchdown Detroit. Good drive, they kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds, so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. The ball comes out. The Lions have got it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. One more time for Montgomery. And he's in! David Montgomery, touchdown Lions. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. Bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Here's Dak to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
He's got it! And he will dive into the end zone. 77 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll go play action with Goff. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop. Gets in to bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Now Goff. He'll send it downfield for Laporta. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole.
A hit, and he has lost the football. The Cowboys have it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want...
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
And he's going to be taken down at the 17-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. On play action, Goff. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. Trying to get to the edge. He will not get there. As a matter of fact, he was taken down behind the line, and that brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They'll run to the right with Montgomery, and he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. The All-Pro Micah Parsons there for the stop. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Goff. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That's over the middle and intercepted.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
First and 10 now from the 36. On the ground, it's Dowdle. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Back to throw is Prescott. This is caught at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Reynolds now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. A sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On the ground, Montgomery. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Williams in motion. On 4th down, Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. They convert with a gain of 15.
And that right there is going to end up probably being the play of the game either way, Mike. I mean, think if you fail on that 4th down, you give the ball to your opponent, and all they need to do is come away with a field goal, and you lose in regulation. But this coach, he's not playing for a tie. He's not playing for overtime. He's saying, I got the ball late in the 4th quarter. I'm putting the trust in my offense to not only extend this drive, but to go out and try to win this game.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. A run up the gut with Montgomery. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, on 2nd and long. Montgomery. Uh-oh. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete.
Well, I like the idea of airing it out there on third down. You're trying to move this ball even into closer, more manageable field goal distance, but after that incomplete, now brings up fourth down. I think you have no choice but to settle for 3 here and see if it's enough to leave here with a win. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That one downfield for Cooks. That is brought in. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 39 yards. On the play fake, Dak. And that is incomplete.
So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
They'll stick to the ground. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll run here. Here comes 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the 1st down.
2nd down, Prescott. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. Reynolds now on the return. Here's 1st and 10. He'll take the snap and go down to a knee.
That's the end of regulation with the score all time.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Reynolds now on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
2nd and 7. Patrick motioning here. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's Goff. He connects with St. Brown. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime.
Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
First and 10. Now Dowdle. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
On third down, Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he's going to go all the way to win it here in overtime. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.